So this is super exciting for me to talk to you after a long hiatus of not talking face to face. This is Clay. He is an old friend of mine who has quite an interesting past. Could tell a lot of interesting stories. We think he's a Canadian with certain unique perspective on things. And yeah, thanks. Thank you so much, man.
Hi, welcome. I'm glad to be here.
You've got the stereotypical Canadian plaid going and the hoodie, and like you're rocking it all right now.
I got the pipe too.
Is it cold where you are right now?
Yeah, it's kind of chilly. I'm in my shed, so it's not insulated. I got the wood stove, but it's not light because it's going to be too hot if I do so.
Right.
But it's kind of chilly outside.
Nice. So, for those who can't tell the accent, where you are is Quebec. We could say that much, right?
Well, I only speak French, actually.
The English is a fluke.
Well, I write in English and I listen to TV in English, so that's how I can keep a sort of English. But I'm French. I'm sorry about the accent.
What I've mentioned you to a lot of people. People hear a story. I want to get your side of the story. If you're willing to talk about it.
You're a legend in Niagara comedy circles because of the stories Mitch tells. No one knows you, but you're a legend.
Okay, that's it's kind of flattering. I can't wait to go see actually what's happening there in the Niagara comedy thing.
Yeah, you want to come down and visit and check it out, right?
Yeah.
That'd be the fucking bomb. Like you would trust me, we're gonna have a good time. But the story everyone wants to hear about, and where we should start to sort of go into what kind of interesting past you've had and what I've had with you. The story of the night of the hooker and the midget.
Well, what do you want to know about that night?
So the way I always tell it, the way I remember it was I was at we were at the bar that had a hotel above it.
The manoir.
The manoir. And there was a girl at the jukebox I was talking to, a lady at the jukebox, and she spoke English. And you got real excited because you were like, "Yeah, things are gonna go well tonight. You're gonna." I think the exact words are, "You're gonna fuck her tonight."
Yeah.
And I was all bummed out because she was playing pool with a dude, and you told me, "Don't worry, she's not staying with him. She's a hooker."
Did I say that?
That's the way I remember it. I remember you telling me, like, you knew, like, no, she's a hooker, but she likes you. Like, that was your thing. I remember you telling me that specifically.
Yeah. And I told you that, don't worry, she's gonna come to my place after.
Yes. Yeah, because I didn't have a bed, so I had nowhere to go.
With the
Remember,
midget.
I slept on that shitty chair.
Wait, where's the midget come in?
Well, she was at the bar. She was actually a Native American midget.
Yeah, I keep that part in the story.
But she was not like the other midget, like
No, she wasn't a dwarf. She didn't have dwarfism.
She was like the body of 9 years old or something.
She was just really small.
But she didn't have the crooked leg and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was a legit very short person. And she didn't speak French or English, right? Or did she speak French?
She was speaking English.
No, we were not speaking. There's no way her and I were talking.
I was talking to her.
Oh, okay. In English?
She was speaking French, English, and some kind of other language.
I don't remember speaking to her at all. So we go back to your place. And we're having a good time. We're having a few drinks. We're smoking some weed.
With both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we brought both with us.
You can't just skim past that.
I thought that was obvious.
We all just happened to be at the bar. No conversation happened, and then we got to. Is it like, how do you get a hooker and a midget to come back to your house?
Well, I don't really remember that part.
This is just what you do, right? That's just part of your charm.
It just happens all the time over there. Like, hey, I want you to come at my place after. Okay.
Yeah, Val-d'Or was that kind of city. And I had no luck in that kind of city.
The crazy city. It's like a mini Las Vegas, but with no casinos.
Yeah, real mini. Real mini Las Vegas.
The bars have those games you can play out on the bar top.
Yep.
The gambling games.
Yeah, they do have that. Well, they have them. They're not on the bar top usually. They're in like a separate arcade.
An adult arcade.
Yeah, it's like an adult arcade with just people have won a lot of money on those we've seen.
And lost.
Oh yeah.
Probably lost more, yeah.
Now to clarify, the next step in this story, going back to it, where we do go back to your place, you're sitting on the couch, and then what does the hooker pull out all of a sudden?
What?
Remember she pulls something out?
Well, other than crack?
That's what.
I thought you were talking about a big dildo or something. I didn't remember that part.
The fact that you were like, wait a sec, she pulled out crack, but you're looking for something crazier than crack.
Yeah. You realize to most people, crack is the punchline.
But I was selling crack at the time.
Yes. So I guess
I guess that's normal at that point then, eh?
That's true. We saw a lot of crack. We saw a lot of cocaine back then.
Holy Christ.
Crack, we were just selling it.
No, we never did crack. No. I'm not saying we did crack.
I don't know. Just so your friend there is not.
Oh, I don't care. Do whatever you want.
No, I think so. You're not confused. No, we never did crack or anything like that.
I'm just laughing at the concept still that you were like, crack's not enough. He's looking for something more than crack. That's still hilarious to me.
Do you remember what you said when she pulled it out?
No, absolutely not.
It was something along the lines of, you can't do that. You're not going to do that in here. You're not going to come here and smoke in front of my friend like that. You're going to go into the kitchen.
Yeah. Under the fan.
Under the fan, which was down the hall. Like there wasn't a different floor.
Oh, like under like the stove fan?
Yeah.
Yeah, like suck it up in the exhaust. So you've got a midget on a stool trying to get up to the fan.
Well, we don't know what happened exactly.
She was on a chair, actually.
She was on the chair when you got in there?
She was standing on a chair.
Yeah. Picture that. It's kind of funny.
Very funny.
Oh, man. Because I remember staying back on the couch and then hearing the pipe break.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, remember she broke the pipe and then you grabbed the midget and you like carried her down the stairs and sort of put her outside and said, hey, you can't come back, because they started fighting.
Yeah. The little one was the crazy one. Yeah.
Yeah. So you grabbed her, took her out, and then that's when you made me leave through the fire escape.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
By the back.
By the back, because you were worried she was still going to be outside.
Yeah, well, I was worried for your security, probably. It was tiny but crazy.
Oh, we forgot the part where she was like kickboxing all night. Don't you remember she was like shadow boxing?
Oh yeah, in the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was pumped up, I guess.
That's amazing, man. And it makes it even better knowing, because I've heard the joke so many times, and now like just like I knew it was real because Mitch has told me it's real, but now like you like filling in gaps without prompting. It's just makes it more
Well,
vivid and amazing.
do you have more questions about it?
Just that?
About just that? No, not about that.
I just love it. I love that it's real.
Is there anything else about it that you could tell me? Is there anything you want to tell me about it I'm not remembering?
Is there something he doesn't want to know?
Well, you always ask me after if I fucked the girl because she was staying at my place.
Yes.
Oh, because the hooker was still there.
Yeah. You told me no.
Well, yes. Well, what do you want me to do?
I assumed you did. I don't know why you told me no.
I didn't want. I don't know. I didn't want to hurt your feeling.
Hurt my
You were a
feelings
good
because
friend of mine.
she was my girl first.
I tried really hard that night to get you laid. You know.
You did. There was one story, I don't know if you remember, but I thought of it the other day. I told my dad about it the other day. Because there was also a lot of fights that we had to break up because you worked inside the bars.
Yeah, yeah.
If a fight broke out, you would be the guy, and then I would be helping you out sometimes. But I remember...
Stupid drunk fight, yeah.
I remember one night, you helped me out. It was at the Ritz. And this big dude sits down next to me. And he's like, I want to buy you a beer. I was like, okay. So we each have a beer. And I said, I'll buy you a beer. He says, okay. And we each have a beer. Then he goes, I'll buy you a beer. We go, okay. He drinks the third beer, slams it down, and goes, you're a real fuck, Mitch. And then punches me right in the face.
I don't remember that, man.
No, because you immediately showed up and were like, hey, you got to get out of here. But
why did he hit you?
That's the story. I don't have any more information.
There's no background?
There's no background. He just sat down. He offered me a drink. He bought me 2 drinks and decided he had enough of my bullshit.
That's fucking funny.
Let's go with this, because Mitch, I know you went to Val-d'Or for work, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you guys meet each other? How did your worlds cross?
In the bar?
In the bar. It was in the Ritz.
Just crushing beers?
Yeah. Just crushing beers.
You weren't fighting over the same hooker lady or something?
No.
Clay always had cute girlfriends, but I never tried to steal any of them.
Where were they on these nights?
Oh, well, it was... I never had real girlfriends, you know? It was girlfriends. I had a lot of girls.
Yeah. They weren't like serious things or anything like that.
Yeah,
you were doing that. You were rocking the Tinder life before Tinder.
I guess so.
Oh,
But
dude. Yeah.
It wasn't on the internet. It was just because I was always at the bar, you know? It was my life.
Barflies.
Where you want to meet people who want to fuck, it's in a bar, you know? Girls who want to fuck, I mean. Most.
Are you still rocking that life?
No, I'm now the father of 2 children. I've been married 5 years ago, but I'm divorced now. I'm divorcing now. And no, I'm not doing any hooker stuff lately.
It's amazing to me that we both have kids. Like the life that we once
participated.
We grew up, you know. I got big.
You joined me finally.
That's the truth, right? At some point, I guess you've got to, right? Could you see yourself trying to still rock that type of world?
Probably, but not with 2 kids. I wouldn't like my 2 kids to be in that world, you know. I got 2 little daughters, so I don't want
keep them out of that world.
Exactly.
Yeah, I got two girls too, man. I mean, I wasn't doing the same depths that you guys did, but I wasn't the Casanova type. I wasn't bar fight guy. I'm pretty small, but yeah, when you got two girls, it changes everything, right? Like it just changes how you look at stuff.
Exactly. You're what do you think to the future mostly, and yeah, definitely it calmed me down.
And you're a welder now, right? That's what you do now.
Well, yes and no. I'm quitting my job.
Oh, jeez. Sorry, didn't mean to bring it up.
We're learning all sorts of things.
Yeah, yeah. I'm going someplace else now. I need to speak with people, to help people. I did a reorientation process,
Okay.
and then it's what I learned. I need to help people out. So being a welder with my helmet down from the morning to the evening, it's not for me anymore. So I'm gonna change.
That's awesome, man. That's actually really good news.
Yeah, that and the divorce, and everything's going pretty well now. But for real, though, for real.
Yeah, for
No, but
real.
that's the truth is as we get older, we got to change, right? Like we got to move and we got to, sometimes you got to do what's best for the people around you, for yourself. Like, and if that means like at 25 or whenever you started welding, it was good money and you just thought, whatever, I can do this. Then at some point you just got to go, you know what, my mental health, my family, whatever your reasoning is, like you make these choices as you get older.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's like you're going into different path that you thought that you were going, you know. Um, and you grow with somebody, you think you love them, and everything's go well, and then you realize that you want to go on different ways. So it's just the life, you know. We grow up and we never stop changing.
100%, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now,
Sorry for my English.
one thing I never knew was how did you get into the thing of selling drugs? Like, how did that happen? Because you were always a smart guy. You were always ambitious.
Well, I went to Val-d'Or to get into a more payable job of welding because I was a welder back then. So there was a lot of money over there in the mine and stuff like that. So I went there for that, but then end up breaking, well, not breaking, almost cutting my fingers off. So I was on the CSST. I wasn't working, so I was on. I was smoking weed. I was buying it at the bar because the only place I knew. Just like you at the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah.
One day, a guy asked. I was hanging with the wrong people, I guess, or the good people at the time, but. It turns out that, hey, you want to do this for me? Okay, yeah, you want to do this for me? And then because I'm not that dumb, j'ai monté les échelons rapidement. I grew up fast, you know.
Right.
Yeah. So you just got, it just was there and you were on what I'm going to assume you were on like disability. Is that what CSAT?
Yeah,
It's WSIB.
Okay. Workman's. Oh yeah. So you're there. It's available. It's money. It's under the table money, right? Like,
and it's so good money. It's so
yeah.
fast, and it's all about fun, you know. It's yeah, it was so. I never returned to work.
But that's great. And you did that for a while?
For 3 years, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That must have been like, I mean, I don't know because that's not the world I live in. I just drink excessively. I don't do, I just do the legal drugs. Yeah. But like that must have got you in some crazy situations, right? Because when you're doing that, you're probably dealing with some
Well, I got a lot of scars in my face. If you it go with the job, you know.
It's fucking nuts. Like you're just like, that's fine. I have a scar on my face.
Yeah, this one is the biggest one. Yeah. Can you see it?
Oh yeah.
And so is there a story?
Oh yeah, it was. I was really drunk that night. It was just because I was too drunk, and there was a fight at the bar, and I went with another guy to break it. I ended up having 6 guys kicking in my face. So here it was a big like a dollar, a loony,
Mm-hmm.
and I was seeing my skull and the I don't know what you call that. It was hanging behind on top of my eyes. And I just wake up. They knocked me out, so I stand up. After I was seeing only by one eyes, and I was speaking, and the blood was pissing. I was speaking to the guy that I first got into the fight with. So I say, "You don't know who the fuck I am." I was looking really stupid at that time.
So your head was kicked in, and you were still talking shit.
Yeah. It's I just recover from unconsciousness.
Yeah.
And then I went to my girlfriend at the time. She bring me to the hospital, and then at the hospital they didn't want take care of me because I was too excited. I don't know.
Intoxicated?
Yeah, intoxicated probably. But
So
it ended up well. It doesn't look that bad now. The scars it's tiny, you know.
Yeah, you look pretty good. I got to be honest with you.
Oh, thank you, Mitch. I love you too.
But wait. The hospital didn't do anything? They
Yeah,
just
they
sent you home?
after 7 hours they sew it up,
Oh, okay.
and
Yeah, they had to wait.
she was stabbing me with the needle thing to. Oh yeah, the doctor. I pissed her off. I don't know why, but she wasn't smooth at all.
That's unreal.
Yeah, that's the life. That's the life for a while. Now that life,
Back then, yeah.
it ended one night was it May when the police raid happened?
It was October.
October. Right, I keep fucking that up. I'm thinking it's May, it's October.
October 2010.
And there was a huge raid in the town, basically nabbed everyone. But from what I understand, you weren't arrested right away. What happened to you? Because I heard rumors. I heard some crazy rumors.
Well, tell me about the rumors.
One rumor I heard was that you stole a car and then stole like $10,000 worth of money and just disappeared into the night and were
But
never
that's not a
found for like
rumor.
3
It's
years.
what I did.
That's what?
It's not a rumor. It's what I did.
That's really what you did? Holy shit.
Well, I didn't steal the car. It was my car. I just had $500 left to pay on it. So they said that, and I didn't steal 10 grand. I stole 6 grand, I think.
Wow, okay, I'm sorry that I got it wrong. You only stole 6 grand instead of 10.
Yeah, and not a car.
So where did you go?
Well, that's kind of confidential.
Okay,
Away.
yeah, that's fair. You know what?
He
That's
went
fair.
away.
Yeah, you went away. You went away. And then one day they did find you, and you unfortunately went to prison. But you paid your debts.
They did find me, and not the guy who I stole from. The police find me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, the police found you. And you
1
were
year.
in prison for 2 years?
3.
3 years.
That sucks.
Yeah, no kidding, man.
It's not that bad. Jail is not that bad, but it's kind of sucks for 3 years. Yeah, fuck.
What do you mean by it's? What do you mean by it's not that bad?
Well, it's not like in the movie that you have to fight for your life every day.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty chill, but it's just very long time, and you don't fuck while you're there. So, well,
That's a
for
long
me, I wasn't fucking while I was there.
time. You
When you
wanted to
say
clarify that, eh?
It's important.
when you say it's chill, is that because like no one wants to cause problems because everyone just wants to go home, or what? Like, what do you mean by chill?
Well, it was chill. Every weekend we were making pizza because we were in the jail where Vic Cotroni went, and at this when he was there, he bought a pizza oven, and I was in the wing where we had the pizza oven. So every weekend we were making pizza, very nice pizza. And it was kind of cool. Sometimes we had booze, sometimes we smoked hash.
How are you getting? Well, don't tell me how you get it in, but I assume it's getting smuggled in, right? It's not like the guards are sharing.
It was just friends. You
Yeah,
make everybody have everything, in there.
really.
Oh yeah,
Do you, would you
they
say
have
like
cell phones and everything.
Do they really?
Yeah, but big cell phone, not the tiny one. The like iPhones and Samsung S9 and stuff like that. They have big phone like that.
Wow, you're
that's
blowing my mind right now.
Well, that's everywhere, man. You should get out of your house.
I can't. I don't know if you know what's going on.
So do you like when you're there, did you like I don't even know, do you have like guys that you met there that you're still in contact with, or do you just kind of get out and that's like a black hole that you forget about?
It's a black hole that I need to forget about.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
sorry
yeah.
for bringing it up.
Only Mitch is the friend, and we have another girl that we know, but that's it.
Would you say it like, help sort you out? Like you came out and you were like, all right, I need to not do that world anymore?
Well, exactly. After the 3 years in jail, I had parole. I had stuff. I had to walk straight,
Yeah.
Yeah, on
and
the straight and narrow.
then I met my wife, and then we had kids, and you do everything that you need to do.
Kids for
But
sure has to be a massive game changer. It just has to. Like we talked about a little already, but it has to be one of those things, right?
well, actually, I've been in depression for 2 years.
What, since the kids?
Since the last 2 years, because of the kids, because of the family life that I wasn't like. It's always what I thought that it was right to do in life, to have kids, to have a wife, to have a house. And then I had the house, I had the wife, I had the kids, everything was going well. And then I said, fuck, what's now? What's for me now? And I need a little more than this. I don't know how to say it.
Yeah, man. The people, sometimes people try to reach goals that aren't for them, right? Like that's not what you want, right? And you see
Well,
the
it's what my parents told me that it was right to do. So
correct. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the same for a lot of
after my
people.
big fuck up, I wanted to do right. So I did what I thought it was right. But I don't think it's really for me. I need to be a little bit of both, more in the middle. And I need to help people. So I'm gonna stop welding. I'm gonna be a préposé aux bénéficiaires. It's how you call that in English?
Counselor?
It sounds like a counselor.
No, not counselor. It's when you help old people.
Oh, for hospice care?
Yeah,
Oh, that's awesome, man.
because when I was young, we had my great grandmother at home for the last 5 years of her life because she was Alzheimer, and my mother took care of her, and I thought it was great that what we did for her. So I want to do that to people. I want to give them a little bit of happiness in their shitty day, you know.
And with all the stuff coming out about like the seniors homes and the state of that in Canada, like, man, they need good people, right? So that's good on you, man.
Yeah, I
That's
think
what.
I think it's gonna be great.
Is there any story you want to tell?
um, no, not that you should have asked me before. Not that I think now. Like we went out of the crazy things, but I did a lot of crazy things. Like we should do this another time.
We should absolutely do this again. Uh, talk with video and stuff because we chat, but this is way more fun.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
awesome.
For sure, we can get more stories from you. Get a list, a bulleted list of all the crazy shit you two did together. Mitch needs more material, anyways.
Well,
That's true.
one thing I remember, DJ, that it was cool about Mitch. It's when I first got into his apartment. We were about to smoke weed, and all his furniture were made of empty beer cases.
Yeah, my computer desk.
I thought it was genius.
You can make a whole desk for what's 10 cases of empties, right?
Oh, in Val-d'Or, it's nothing.
What, you don't get returns?
In Quebec, the beer prices are way cheaper.
No, but I mean the returns. So the empties are like 10 cents a bottle, right?
Oh,
so
I just didn't return them. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
it's like $23 worth.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Right? That's awesome. That's great.
Beauty, man. Clay, so good to see you again, man.
Yeah, that's really nice too.
It's been nice to meet you, man. It's been a blast. Thank you so much for sharing and telling your story. And I mean, dude, where I come from, man, seeing a guy who's been some places and then still like has goals to like go help other people, like that's pretty cool to me, man. Like that's awesome. Good for you, man.
Thank you, man. Nice to meet you too.
He went down a dark road, man.
Well, he's lived it, right?
Like he literally was like, yeah, I took my car, I stole $6,000 and I had to get the fuck out of Dodge.
Yeah.
Like legit. He was in life, that was a thing he had to do at some point.
Yeah.
Like sometimes conversations like that just make you appreciate what you got. And like for me anyways, like I got to a low point in my life at one point and it was never there. I was lucky that I had the family that I could fall back on, right? So like you just appreciate like, holy shit, like whew, like that's a guy that's had to sort out some things I wouldn't want to have to sort out.
It's one of those things too, like how he got started so innocently. He goes to a new town for a job and then there's an injury and then you
drink, you smoke, you meet people.
Which, at least I got to meet him out of it. I got a good friend out of it.
Yeah,
so,
there you go.
I mean,
Silver
I benefited.
linings.
Yeah, silver linings, I benefited. He benefited from the friendship, I hope. Or benefits from the friendship, I hope.
Yeah, and one of those things, and that's, part of the whole, there's a lot of to be said for people with chronic illness or disability, hurt at work. Do we give them enough compensation? And like, can they live a real meaningful life going forward if we as a society don't put value on those types of people or find ways to get them other work, because it's going to be real easy for someone to slip into that world. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, especially out there, out in the middle of nowhere where there's no opportunity.
Yeah, that's a different thing. I've never been out there, right? Like I've only lived near major centers. Like I've lived across Canada, but like Halifax is still the major center for the East Coast, right? So it was never like isolating. How was that for you too, in a mostly French speaking place? That must have been another
It was lonely in a lot of ways, especially after that day in October we talked about, because he was gone.
Yeah.
He was my best friend out there. He was gone.
Yeah.
And you know, I didn't know what to make heads or tails of. I didn't know if I was somehow in trouble for being friends.
Yeah, like the 6 degrees of separation type
Yeah.
stuff.
Like
Yeah.
I didn't know about that. There's that own stress. Like it was a bad time with all of that, but just alone, it was like different language. No one came up to visit me.
I wouldn't visit you up there.
I don't blame you. The only person who visited me was my wife. She visited me once to pick me up and bring me home.
It's a perfect time to visit.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect time to go to Val-d'Or is when you're helping someone escape Val-d'Or.
Yeah.
And that's how you leave there. Roberto Luongo wasn't drafted into the NHL. He escaped Val-d'Or.
I actually, you know what? I looked it up because last week we talked about it. And I don't know why I thought they had but no, we were talking about Trois-Rivières actually, not Val-d'Or.
Trois-Rivières, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, Trois-Rivières, they had a Q team, but like in 92, so it was for sure not what I was thinking of.
Val-d'Or has a Q team.
Yeah, they do. I don't know why I guess that's what did you go to many games?
Yeah, I actually got to wire up their video stuff. So I had a media badge because I wired up their media stuff. And then, well, what ended up happening was something happened and they went with someone else for the contract instead. So we had to unwire the arena, but I kept my media badge.
Yeah.
So I would just walk in and check out games.
Absolutely, you did. That's what I would do too.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was in a time of Marco Scandella was playing for them. It was a bad year. This particular year that I watched them the most when I had that pass, but it was cool. I got to see Wah behind the bench, which was really neat to see up close.
Oh, that was that time when he owned the team.
Yeah, when he owned Quebec, the Rampart. Yeah. So that was cool to see, like, because he was my idol growing up. So to be able to see him coach, and I was like, this is a cool experience in middle.
Yeah, and he's crazy.
Oh yeah, he was yelling and ripping that into his own team more than he was ripping anyone else.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. I know that, like, I get the CHL badge with what I do for the Ice Dogs. I don't really use it though, like, because I feel like I use it in Niagara because I cover all the games, but I don't like.
Oh, you can go to anywhere?
Yeah, I could go to anywhere in North America in the CHL. Like it's a CHL wide badge, so like. Even when over Christmas we go to PEI because my wife's family's there every other year. So even when like I've gone to a Rockets game while I was there, but I'll pay my $17. It's like I could walk in, but I feel like I don't know, support the league. I guess I don't know, but like in Niagara, I always use it, like for sure. So what else do we got going on? We got a few more.
It's so hard to be funny right now with what the fuck's going on.
What, in the world?
Yeah.
Just like the protests across the states and even in major centers in Canada. Coronavirus is still a thing. It's terrifying. All you and I want is everyone to calm their tits so that we can get back to telling jokes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you follow many comedians on like social media?
Not a ton, no.
So I follow a few. Nate Bargatze's one of my favorite. So he was in Nashville at the Funny Bone last weekend because stuff in the South have just decided they don't care anymore.
Really?
Yeah. So like clubs are opening up in like Texas and Nashville or Tennessee. Sorry. So he was at the Funny Bone. I saw someone in the world of Joe Rogan, Tom Segura, like one of their buddies, like
right.
I can't remember who it was in Texas doing a show, right? So
That's crazy to me.
yeah, so they're starting to open up, and I don't know, like, I'm not trying to say what's right or wrong. All I
Yeah,
know is I'm jealous.
That is true. Until Nate Bargatze's got coronavirus, and you're like, dodged a bullet.
Yeah, he kills his parents, but well, with corona, not, you know what I mean?
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying, but I just, like, it's one of those things where you're like, I know I have to be like a good, you know, social citizen and part of, like, you know, I want to do the right thing, but
We want our normal back. We want our normal back for sure. But at the same time, again, it's like anything else. I look at it and go, well, me personally, I don't have it that bad
Oh no,
compared to
you know,
a lot of people.
You and I talk a lot, obviously not on camera and whatever. And like it's for my wife and my family and me, this has been almost a good thing. Like, we've been very extremely shockingly lucky. So I can't complain at all. Other than this one complaint I have.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I miss everybody too, right? Like, one of the things I do like about what's happened, I guess, is guys like Sab. He's got his podcast going, so I get to see all the people we're not seeing.
Yeah.
You know, like yesterday.
And he interviews a lot of them, which is great.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So, like, you know, I'm not Sab puts out so much content. I'm like, if it's someone that I know, I'm gonna watch it, and I love it, right? And you know, Dave's got some stuff going on, and Patrick's doing the stuff with mainly Niagara. So, like, there's these avenues to see the people. It's not the same. But you do get to, like, peek in on the people that you miss and that you love and you wish you could hang out with again. I'm trying to think, like, I just it's not the same. What would this be like without social media, do you think? Like, if it was 2000.
Yeah, it's 2000. Well, there's message boards, so like the cool kids are still like AOL chatting each other.
Yeah, but you know what? But you don't have, like, the Facebook where people just update and you can, like, creep through their life and see what they got going on.
No, like that era, it would just be, the world would just be different. Period.
Well, I know we lived it. It was a different time, and we
Yeah.
were, like, not adults. We were, like, faking it into
Close to. Yeah.
We were faking it. We were like, in 2000, I was 19, pretending to be an adult.
I was 14, pretending to be an adult.
Yeah. So, like before, I don't know. I just wonder, how different would it be? What would people be saying and doing? Like, how would you be spending your time? Like, how much time is being spent on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram?
Well, no, if we're in
TikTok?
2000, we don't have any of that.
No, but I know. But so think about right now, how many hours are being eaten by those?
Think about if we just had it, it's year 2000, and you have kids and you only have cable television, which was a miracle in itself when it came out. But when you say, oh, you want to watch this show? Well, guess what? You're going to have to wait until it's on. And instead, you're going to watch this other show that I know you hate, but guess what? It's on.
I saw, like, a meme or whatever the other day, and it was like, kids these days don't know the time crunch associated with having to go pee and come and wash your hands and get back to the couch before a show started again in like 2 minutes and 30 seconds or whatever it was.
That's funny.
Like, that's a time stress. They don't have to, or like watching Sports Center for the ticker of the score at the bottom to see what your team did. Right? Yeah. Like, my cell phone tells me when the Jays game ends what the score is if I'm not watching it that night, right? So, but yeah, everyone would be spending their time in a different way. I mean, I guess a lot of people, like, I don't know, bikes are crazy right now. Both my kids learned to ride their bike in the last, like, month.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, my oldest one had she didn't want to. She had a scooter she loved, but finally we were like, come on. And now she loves it, won't get off her bike. The youngest one is still like, we have to kind of run behind her, but she can go 200 meters without falling off now. So she's almost there. But it's like, it's a weird rebirth of certain things like that, for my kids anyways. I don't know what it is like for everybody else, but like the unplugging, the like go outside and play. Like, I don't know, for us, we're just like, we need time and space to do stuff, to work from home, whatever. Like, go outside and play.
Yeah.
And like, they're having a little bit less unsupervised time than they would have before. And I think it's good. That stuff's good. Coronavirus and everything is obviously atrociously bad.
Right.
But I don't know. I guess maybe that's just me trying to find some sort of positivity in this shithole called 2020.
I would love to know that now that parents are finally being less supervised rural and letting their kids roam free again. I wonder if the sale of white panelless vans are up.
Yeah. It's just going up through the roof, right? Yeah.
Someone at Ford's like, holy shit, have you seen the E150s?
They're just
Can't make enough of them.
all of a sudden just candy shops going through the roof. I don't know what's going on. Suckers are big again.
We can't keep in any of our puppies. All of our puppies are gone.
Oh God. The police are busy, so
fuck, man, you ain't kidding.
yeah. So it's just a weird world. Weird world, but it is what it is. We got some cool guests coming up too in the next few weeks. We locked a few more down.
Who we got next week?
We got what's next week?
I know. I was hoping you would know.
Fiona. Yeah, it's Fiona O'Brien. And then, who's a killer. I can't wait to talk to her about the CBC Comedy Festival, or Halifax Comedy Festival. Because I don't know.
Did she get to go?
She was supposed to go this summer.
Right. Oh, so it's this summer.
I'm assuming it's all canceled, shut down. I got to ask her all the details there and what's going to happen there.
Yeah.
She released an album a few months ago before everything.
Deliciously delicious.
Yeah. Before everything shut down, we did a big show, which you filmed for us. And she fucking murdered a sold-out theater. Like, just crushed it. So she's hilarious. And she does a lot on Twitter, I think. She gets big stuff on Twitter. And then after that, we got John, I think is the week after, the 15th. John Epping, buddy of mine.
Oh, yes.
Through curling, who he's been to the Briar. It's one of the top-ranked teams in the world. And, it is Pride Month, and he's an openly gay athlete. And I want to talk to him about what that was like, because I know when I was a teenager, I said some stupid shit. I wouldn't say I was homophobic. I grew up with an uncle who was gay, openly gay in my family, knew my whole life. But when you're 15, you say stupid shit because other people are saying stupid shit. You don't think of it as what it means. So you learn. So anyways, I'm going to talk to him, see what that's about. And then buddy of ours from the comedy scene, but I told him I don't give a shit about his comedy. He's coming up after that, Ryan Sim.
Yes.
Because he's an oceanographer. So that's going to be super cool. I love like finding out people's cool stuff that they do that's like besides comedy, right? Like, I'm pretty sure he's got like a master's degree in earth sciences or something. And like, he's wicked smart. So I'm pretty excited to talk about. That's such a nerdy thing to be excited about.
Hey man, to talk to an oceanographer who doesn't live anywhere near an ocean. I'm so curious about that fact alone.
Exactly. Well, Lake Ontario's attached.
I guess that's got to be it, right? Like
through St. Lawrence, it's attached to it.
Sure, it's attached. Technically, there's one ocean. Remember?
I know. We learned this 5 or 4 basins.
Yes.
Basin names. Did you see the whale swimming in St. Lawrence this week?
No.
Yeah, it's nature, man. They're like, it's ours again. Everyone's shutting down shop.
Yeah.
Come on, tell me you saw the monkey headline.
Okay, explain the monkey headline to me because I've seen it, but I don't think I understand it.
So in a lab where they were testing stuff on monkeys, a monkey escaped, attacked one of the,
Scientists?
Yeah, scientists, stole a vial or 2 that would contain coronavirus and then escaped.
That is the beginning of 28 Days Later. You've never seen the movie. That was the beginning.
We're in a video game. Like this isn't real life anymore. It can't be. Like it just can't. It can't be real. The Matrix is falling apart. I don't know what this is, but
the thing I think for us that makes it so hard is how so normal everything is around us.
What, like day to day?
Day to day. Like, yeah, there's the coronavirus. You get some of that, but the stuff going on with like the police and the stuff going on in the States, like it's not far away from us. We're very close to Buffalo.
Half an hour.
Yeah. So
my work, like literally when I drive to work on the highway, the exit I get off on the highway, if I do not get off on that exit, I'm at the border. The next exit, there's no more exits. Yeah. I am at the border going to Niagara Falls, New York. Like we're very, very close to the border. And
so
I mean,
I was just going to say, it's weird like that we don't have any perspective of that, I think.
Well, I think if Buffalo or Niagara Falls was an epicenter for one of the things happening, I think it would hit closer to home. But Minnesota's north of us.
Yeah, that's weird to think about.
So it is, and it's the two countries, Canada and the United States, are getting. I mean, I think we've pushed back a little bit in the last few years just because of the political climate of the two countries. But like we're getting closer and closer together, like ideologically, maybe not ideologically, but like our supply chain, our politics, or some of our politics, our economic functioning, our where we're seen in the world, like via other countries. Obviously, I think that's changed a little bit, but like we're connected, and we will never not be connected, no matter what the two countries have going on. So it for sure affects Canada. We'll see to what degree. It's fucking crazy, Mitch.
Welcome to your weekly dose of depression. The runners up.
Yeah, I know. For two guys who are comedians, it wasn't really a funny episode, but I mean, whatever. Sometimes you just got to talk real shit.
That's true. I'm very curious, actually, to see how people respond to it. Clay talked real shit, and then we decided to talk real shit, and then you talk some like really real shit.
Well, you just follow whatever the conversation is. You just go with it, right? Like that's what we're doing. We're just throwing out ideas and having fun, and two buddies talking. So,
no, I agree with you. I'm just sort of. You know what it is? I'm kind of mid blown away at the same time.
Oh, by everything.
By everything. So,
I like when I talk about that, like that headline of the monkey stealing Val. It's like it's just a great like simile, right? Like it's just a great explainer for everything, because you're like, it's real, but it doesn't make sense. And that's what this whole thing is. It's all real. It just doesn't make sense. And trying to process it just
You know what, though? I'm glad that every company that advertises to me and every sports team I follow has let me know their opinions on all the issues involved.
My favorite stuff, though, is everyone calling out like the Edmonton Eskimos, the Washington Redskins,
right?
Like all of the teams with like derogatory names towards either Indigenous or other,
Eskimos, from what I understand, got a pass. Like they went to like Native Council.
That's
Canada,
true.
They were like, "Hey, is this offensive?" And they were like, "Nah."
Yeah. Which, hey, I'll give them credit for going out and asking at least.
Yeah, just being like, "Hey, should we change this?" They were open to changing it. It's not like Washington. Have you ever seen? I can't say it out loud, so let me see if I could screen share it. It's an Onion. It's an Onion article about the Redskins owner.
Do you know what's hilarious is how a lot of Onion headlines now are becoming real?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Washington Redskin owner is kind of a knob from what I understand. And I don't get it, because you'll make a ton of money if you change the name. Because you just sell 1 billion more jerseys and hats.
Okay, here it is.
Redskins. I am not saying that either. It almost got me. I almost said it.
You all said it.
Oh.
That was.
That's amazing.
Deny White's. I'll read it, but just blank out the words.
Yeah.
Redskins blank owner refuses to change team's offensive name. Denying widespread claims that the franchise is being offensive or disrespectful. The Washington Redskins blank owner announced Monday that he remains steadfast in his refusal to change the team's derogatory name. The Redskins represent 81 years of great history and tradition, and it's a source of pride for our fans, said the blank, stressing that the team's insulting moniker is absolutely not a racial slur by any means. Washington Redskins is much more than just a name. It stands for strength, courage, and respect, the very values that are so intrinsic to Native American culture. The blank went on to assure fans that he will do everything in his power to preserve the team's heritage.
Proud heritage, because that's like a strong. Oh man, have you seen the Zuckerberg headlines this week too?
People are getting mad at him, but I can't remember why.
No, well, because Trump's put some stuff out. Twitter said it should still be up, but we're gonna label it as basically trying to incite violence / whatever. And then Zuckerberg was like, I'm not the arbiter of truth. It's not my job to decide what's true and not true. We're just gonna, people can put what they want to put on our platform. Jeez. So a bunch of headlines came out and it was like, Mark Zuckerberg, dead at 36, says he's not the arbiter of truth. Like, Mark Zuckerberg, child pedophile, says that, like, and just a bunch of like shit that's not true in the headline about him, like pretty aggressive stuff. But they were like, well, if you're not going to be the arbiter of truth, we can just put whatever we want about you then, and you can't do anything about it. And it was like, oh man.
That's a tough position to be like, you're in between public opinion and the president of the United States. Like, I do not envy his position at all.
No, and that's why forever, rightly or wrongly, media had like a standard of care, right? Mm-hmm. Like you can sue CBS or NBC or CNN or Fox News. Like you can sue them. And they have a big corporate backing. Facebook, you can try to sue Facebook, but they just go, well, we're just a vessel, right? Go sue Johnny who posted
it. Yeah.
And then you can sue Johnny for 7 cents. Like, what are you gonna? You're not gonna get anything. You're not gonna get it. And half of them, anyways. But the point is there's no reason for people to tell truth on these social medias, right? So they can say whatever they want, and you can find whatever you want, and it is what it is. Like
that's true, man.
I say that I'm funny. Some people disagree with that.
Oh man, we should get those people on.
The funny ones?
No, the ones who don't think you're funny. We can confront them.
Okay, just get angry with them?
Yeah.
Why don't you think I'm funny? Laugh at me. That's like everyone in my high school. I shouldn't say that. A bunch of them came to that Orangeville show. They were awesome.